That's why it's really nice. I was gathering so many stories over there. And I said I was going to do my videos away and in the distance, so that works out perfect. Okay, I finally have my shit together, and I'm ready to do some story time. Well, will you tell me your version? Because then I'm just gonna probably stand back and try not to get the stories. The voice is too loud. Oh yeah, come tell. Mask up. Come tell the story.
And then the medic who got his arm broken, the medic you filmed who got his arm broken.
Yeah, he was over.
Did you get his story?
I haven't gotten it yet, but he knows I'm here.
Yeah.
I think for legal purposes, I'm gonna hold off on that one. See, I'm not your average journalist. I'm Gonzo, motherfuckers. Good evening, boys and girls, friends and lovers, children of all ages. It is night 35, and if you want to listen to the mainstream media, you might hear that a lot of the people that were out last night were trying to set up an autonomous zone like Chaz. But the reality is that they're just homeless, and they're providing medical services and aid. And a hotspot to do that from is the heart of the city. It's my personal opinion that Bannock was closed for a reason, and I may end up there sooner than later. I don't know if that's anybody else's plan, and I have not talked to anybody here, but to hear a little bit of what's going on in this zone. And the reason that I'm focused on you two right now is that I understand that the police have been driving past this intersection for hours today.
Yes.
Will you expand on that?
We saw a white Crown Vic earlier.
Okay, hold on. I'm just going to come like this because your faces are too small.
I can speak up for it. So earlier today, I went down and went to the law offices and started speaking to some lawyers. I'm sure you got that text earlier about Adam.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Just making sure.
We're talking. That's great. We know attorneys have a variety of different strategies, and that there's a variety of methodologies, all of which have their values, and that attorneys are asking me for my videos, and that they're wanting to get what I got as somebody who's not actively involved.
Yes, absolutely.
I might be actively involved because I'm a player in the scene, but
Yeah.
I do it from behind a lens and carry the Constitution as my excuse. So you've been here.
Yeah, no. So back to the story. After I got back from the law offices, I sat down. I was talking to Red and a couple other people of the group. And this white Crown Vic starts pulling up. At first, it looked like it was some dude just bought it off of a car lot, you know. It was all busted up, rusted, dents in it, like paint peeling off the back and the front, and whatnot. And so I was like, okay, cool, just some dude driving around in a Crown Vic, you know. But it stops right in front of us, and it's a sergeant with the Denver Police Department, and he's going like this, looking at me, just staring dead straight in my eyes, man, just looking at me. And Red looks at, I go, Red, look. And Red looks at him, and he starts going, and starts rubbing his hands together again. And that's when I got up. I hopped up real quick, and I started yelling at the cop. I'm not going to go into a full extent of what I said. It's kind of graphic. So, but ultimately, the police officer drove off. We've been seeing cops driving up and down the alleyways over here all day.
Do you recognize that cop from any actions you've been at in the last week or two?
Oh yeah, last night. I was yelling at that sergeant all night last night.
Wait, the sergeant, you're telling me that there was a sergeant
Yeah.
in a car over here rubbing his hands together, and it's a captain or a higher that's supposed to issue the order for gas, right? So sergeants, I didn't see any captains last night.
I didn't see any captains last night.
I saw an LT.
I saw an LT, but the lieutenant, he was the commander for the Division 6, right?
District 6.
District 6?
District
Yeah.
6.
I saw the LT for that, but nobody else. You know? That's absolutely true. They have to give the order. Sergeants can't, lieutenants can't.
Right. They have to see it. They have to be on site.
Yes.
Did you get assaulted in any way yesterday that you want to talk about, or have you conversed with a lawyer to tell you that you're?
No, I can talk about it. So last night, when the stuff started popping off, um, the guns and the pepper bullets and the tears,
Tear gas?
the
Canister?
tear gas, and the gel, the mace, and all the other shit that they were doing to us. Um, once I heard the first pop go off, um, that's when like fight mode ran in, and I started like grabbing people and pushing them away and whatnot. I fortunately did not get hit for some weird reason. I don't know why, but I was seeing people all around me just start getting hit. This 8-year-old girl hit. All these people get
Wait. Did you just say an 8-year-old girl was hit
Yeah, that was confirmed. Yeah. They hit an 8-year-old girl.
in Denver last
Yeah,
night?
last time. It's like, what the fuck, man?
Are you paying attention, world? In
And-
Denver, Colorado, after the federal courts ordered the cessation of chemical warfare, the city of Denver cannot arrest somebody where there's children around using chemical weapons. That would be like if there was somebody standing around her or nearby her that was legally concealed carry, and they saw the bulge of the gun, and they started just randomly opening fire in the gun's direction. They might have shot her, so she got hit with chemicals.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely wrong. And I mean, in the military, that would be an act of a war crime.
That is a war crime.
That's a war crime.
Only 5 likes. Come on, folks, get real.
So I got hit with a couple batons. Not too bad. Other people got it way worse than me. Got maced in the face a couple times, like once, and then I made the mistake of just doing
Touching
that.
it.
It just started burning. But no. Other than that, it was just a fucked night. And
Do you feel that there was? Did you observe provocation by the people that you were around you? Is this a group that teaches that kind of behavior?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We don't necessarily tell people how they can and can't protest, but last night we were one. We were a unit, locked up tight as one, and the police just charged in at us, started shooting us, tear gassing us. We were just chanting our chants, defund the police, F the police, fuck 12,
So you were locked arm in arm.
Yeah, on the sidewalk, not even on the grass.
You're on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And would you say then that you was everybody like that? I mean, where were the missile throwers? Where were the people that were provoking the police into this chemical warfare action?
You know what, man? As a matter of fact, looking back and thinking about that, I think the people doing that shit were on the other side.
So you're saying that the people that you were with, was there some reason that
there was nobody throwing nothing.
Is there some reason that they were not throwing things?
The people that I was with.
Yeah, like do you advocate for throwing things at cops?
I don't advocate for throwing anything at a police officer, because once that projectile leaves your hand, and if it hits a police officer, they have every right to do whatever, because you have now acted upon. They don't know what the hell's going on, and that's what's fucked about most shootings today, is there's no justification. So, but with this, it's no, I'm not an advocate for it, because personally, I don't like getting shot by pepper rounds or plastic rounds. I'm more of kind of an advocate of, if you want to tip road signs into the street, or tip porta potties, or tip.
Okay, I want to stay focused.
Right.
I want to stay focused, because what I'm trying to create is an image for those people who didn't get all the angles or didn't
Yeah,
see
yeah,
it all,
yeah,
or maybe just hearing about this for the first time as they're watching this video in 2 weeks. I
Yeah,
don't know,
absolutely.
right? The people you were with, what I'm trying to understand is you have messages, you have signs, you've marched in the streets and held it down for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. Um, there were squad cars rolling by the encampment all night long.
Yes.
The sound of chants were happening, but I didn't observe with my lens or my eyes rocks or bottles being thrown at those vehicles, as was a response for some of the activities during the first week of protests.
Yeah, no,
Is there a reason why y'all were out there doing what you were doing and not throwing bottles and rocks at cops?
I think it was more of the fact of being one unit and showing that we can be strong and together as one and not break up and not be separated from each other rather than causing havoc and causing other things, turmoil with the police. Being peaceful like that and then the police opening fire like that shows so much on the police brutality spectrum.
If you had to do it over again, would you?
Yeah.
Do you plan on stopping the message that you're carrying?
No.
What is the message that you carry?
Message that I carry is I'm fucking sick and tired of all of the news articles, all of the stories that I hear, the history of this country. You know, I'm tired of it all, and I just want it to start changing and start being what was promised to all of us. You know, a land of equal opportunity, a place where everybody's treated as one.
Hey, everybody,
You know,
just a point of clarification.
so,
I don't think
yeah,
it was made
ultimately that's
earlier,
what-
but the current encampment would very much like to reclaim some of their privacy and their space that we took from them last night. That is a deciding factor in it as well.
You're good, you're good.
Equal opportunity.
Yeah.
So you look pretty white from over here. You got plenty of opportunities.
I do. I'm very privileged.
So what's unequal about it for you?
There's nothing unequal about it for me. It's unequal for them. And it's seeing this over and over, like just reading throughout history, seeing the slave trades, everything from the slave trades to the whole slavery to the Civil War, you know, all of that. Sorry, I'm getting off track here.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
It's just seeing all of this brutality amongst a different colored person.
There's people that, yeah, I get it.
We're privileged.
There's
And
people that come out of their houses into the streets and they serve food and they're doing medicine and they're doing these things and they've even watched this stream and been motivated to get off there and come.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm trying to derive this because our cameras are telling this to the world.
Yeah.
Right? And so.
Listen up! Order! Listen up. We got some shit to talk about. Bring it in!
All right.
Thank you. Yeah, I guess it's camp meeting. I don't know if I want to film it. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna just leave the cameras here. Let's just see what goes on with the homeless encampment. The helicopter's coming. Hey everybody, we're at 14th and Logan. If anybody is looking for us on live stream, trying to get here.
I'm getting to that. But what I'm saying, stop it.
She's so down. I don't know if we're gonna believe it. I think we're gonna I'm out of commission. I don't like other doctors.
It's just for you. This thing right here is alright. It's more of like, yeah. Once you're watching, like 2 examples. But only after
Taco de pizza. Wait, strawberry? Not grape. I have wait. Can I put it with cheese or
I'm actually going to share this with my people because they need to hear these things too.
because it's a tomato
stuff.
base.
This is fine. Blanket's mine. That tent is mine. If we could just load in my car, I'll figure it out. Do what you can.
So my first actions in Denver, at my head, that way. So my first actions in Denver were the March Against Monsanto and every fifths. So I come out like it's like June 5th, July 5th, August 5th, October 5th, and they're marching, taking the mall.
Hey!
They're de-arresting people.
Anybody want to hear
when
some
the
education or something that I might say that's super kind of
when the cops get
involved?
involved. And there's something interesting to be heard.
I'm giving out information. I have to leave after I do this. I have to go to sleep.
Is this information I can share live? Or are we supposed to shut our cameras
I
off?
don't give a fuck if it's
Very good, thank you.
I am just a hello world. I am just a black man out here protesting. I am not with any coalition. You could check me out, but I don't give a fuck if you do or not, because your feelings ain't my feelings. This is my domain, and I protect my shit, and I protect the people that are in my domain. Okay, 400 years ago, white people brought black people over here and enslaved them, and sold them, and treated them as less than human. For 200 years, while the white man built the country and created its laws, its system of government, while 10, 15 generations of white families got to grow and flourish and make choices that could make their lives better. And then 150 years ago, white people freed black people from slavery. But then angry people created laws that made it impossible for them to vote, or to own land, or to have the same rights as white people. And even erected monuments glorifying people who actually had fought to keep them enslaved. All while 5, 10 generations of white families got to grow, accumulate wealth, gain land, and get their education. And then 60 years ago, we made it legal for black people to vote and to be free from discrimination. But angry white people still fought to keep schools segregated and closed off neighborhoods to white only, and made it harder for black people to get bank loans, get quality education or health care, or to marry a white person. Like, I'm a half-breed, everybody. It was not looked great upon by my elders or by my family members or relatives of mine of me being the first mixed child of my family.
My people are mixed too.
And then we entered an age where we had the technology to make public the things that were already happening in private. The beating, the stop and frisk laws, the unequal distribution of justice, the police brutality. Police began in America as slave patrol designed to catch runaway slaves. And only now, after 400 plus years and 20 plus generations of white head start, are we starting to truly have a dialogue about what it means to be black. White privilege does not mean you haven't suffered or fought or worked hard. It doesn't mean white people are responsible for the sins of their ancestors. It doesn't mean you can't be proud of who you are, but it does mean that we need you to acknowledge that the system our ancestors created is built for white people. It does mean that we aren't disadvantaged because of the color of our skin, and it does mean that white people, this is the white side of me saying this stuff, we owe it to our neighbors and all colors to acknowledge that and work to make our world more equitable. Thank you, everybody, for being here. My name is PK. Like I told you,
Hey, PK.
my energy is my energy, and your energy is your energy. Be proud of your energy. Fight for your energy. Keep your energy clean. Be careful what you take in. They say it all the time. Be careful what you take in when you're watching shit, when you're listening to shit, when you're waiting for the next attack of somebody having a conversation that's aggressive. Be careful what you take in. Be careful how you take what you take in. Consider the sources of the things that you take in. This is your life. This is your story. If this was a movie, you are the hero. You are the protagonist in your story. I'm just a guy floating around here. Don't float around in your movie, bro. Good night. Shit.
Yeah.
14th and Logan.
I got some. All right, guys. You don't have to listen to me if you don't want to. You guys, if you know me, I want to thank you for being out the other night. I told you guys, listen, a week ago, I'd take a gold for you. Well, I didn't take that. But just know we're fighting this on all fronts. We're out here every night doing what you guys feel is best. We got stuff going on with lawyers. I work in public health. We got stuff going on there, but we're trying to push this stuff. So I just want to thank all of you. That's really all I gotta say. Don't tell me, by the way, that you're sorry what happened to me. It's the cops that should be sorry. I'm happy about this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna stand on that. I just wanted to say,
You're pretty tall already.
yeah. I really hope that we can maybe. I've heard it entertained that we can just move down a little bit. I am open to even just that. Like,
Should we do a vote?
I've heard people say that we're tired and we're injured and everything, but like, you gotta realize we are also, like, we have homeless people in our ranks, but like, let's not get it twisted. Some of us are choosing to be here in support. We get to go home and we get to shower, we get to go home and take care of ourselves and come out here and do it at the end of the day. I felt concerned about disrupting them yesterday, and I'm holding myself accountable for not saying anything then. But I really think, like, just if I can impart anything on it, it's like, I think we need to get out of these folks' house, like out of their living room. Like, they were comfortable for us. Like, think about if you established some sort of routine and then like a party came over and like, you still fuck with what they have to say with, but I mean, you still got to take your own personal comfort into consideration. And I don't know that I would be confident enough to come out here and challenge an entire crowd to leave my space when it's not their space, it's everyone's space. I'm just asking y'all to consider that aspect of it because, like, I mean, Capital, that was a strategic thing. Like, I don't really care where we go, I just want us to leave. And, like, I'd be happy if we did it together. Like, that would be awesome too. That's all. I don't know. I'm just leaving it up to them. I'm tired of it.
Okay, folks, here's what's going on. Where does the protest occur? Where do they sleep? Where do they stay? It's a discussion they've got to make. It's a long night. It's night 35. I know where I'm going to be at the Capitol tomorrow night, right? That's where everybody gathers. So that's where I'm going to be. Okay, I'm assuming that there will be more people there tomorrow. I must ask you a question. Do you actually like it? Thumbs up. I don't know.
Right? So we need people that know what the fuck they're doing to teach the rest of us.
Yeah, good education. Anyway, I'm gonna let it go. I call it a night. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. See those bags?
It needs to be
They're
fucking
deep.
4 feet high. Fucking umbrellas. Alright?